Resilient teenage girl who's driven to make an impact both on and off the court. She's a senior at Oakland Catholic High School in Pittsburgh, and in 2024, she was named Pittsburgh Tribune Review's 5A Player of the Year. London is the host of a basketball clinic for youth called Court Time with Creech, and the proceeds of the event are going to benefit Adult and Teen Challenge of Pennsylvania, a faith-based treatment program for young people and adults who struggle with addiction. London, it is such a joy to have you on the Glory Hour. Thank you for saying yes and for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's like, it really warms my heart when I just see beautiful young women that love God, that are really committed to like making his glory known. And can you just tell us a little bit about you and your story?
Well, I started playing basketball in 4th grade, and I feel like ever since I started playing, I always wanted to make a difference. I've always taken it serious, and this year for me has been a really big year. And in February, I tore my ACL after an undefeated season, tore it during the playoffs, and I had to figure out how to be a leader without being on the court. So, and also that injury made me find myself, because usually I was just about basketball and I didn't have time for anything else, but it really made me sit down and think to myself, like, I need to find out who I really am without basketball. So, yeah.
Well, I love what you said about, sometimes when we first face adversity and challenge, especially in sports, is like you said something, I had to really find out and discover who I am as a leader and also who I am off the court. Because a lot of times I know with athletics, like I ran track and field, it's like you can be so embodied. It can be like all that people know you for, that you are trying to rediscover yourself. So what are some things that even God would show you as you had to take time to heal and rest from your injury? What are some things that he showed you?
I mean, that I'm still a leader even without playing basketball. I signed up for BSU with prior to
So what's
me
BSU?
turning my ears. Black Student Union.
Okay.
Yeah, so I signed up for that. I wanted to be president, but I got vice president, so it was good. Just still being able to be somewhat of a leader without basketball is what I found.
Yeah, and so what are some ways that you've seen that you're able to exemplify being a leader beyond basketball? What are some things that you've learned about yourself in this season?
I don't know. I think I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So it's just going to take some time. I haven't really put much thought into it, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and I think I know it's like I'm 36, so it's like I was a teenage girl, like in your shoes, like 20 years ago, right? No, where there's times where you're on a journey, you're figuring things out, you're learning about yourself, and every step of the journey is beautiful. And it's like, girl, you got a lot of time to figure it all out. And like when you put your hope and your trust in Jesus, God will lead you every step of the way. And I want to talk about your basketball clinic that you're doing. Tell us about what it is, what inspired you to do it.
So the basketball clinic is for boys and girls. It's going to be at the Fold in Penn Hills. And what inspired me was the injury. And every year at Oakland Catholic, we do a camp in the summer for middle school girls. And this summer, it kind of hit different. Like I had engaged with the kids even more, and they really loved me. And it inspired me to want to do a basketball camp, because my mom's been like pushing on, trying to make me do a camp. And I just never acknowledged it, because I was always about basketball, just got to get better. But after that camp, I just thought to myself, like, I could really inspire other kids. So I just decided to do a camp, and I decided to donate all the money to Adult and Teen Challenge because of my situation. I have a close family member that's dealing with the same thing, and I know how that impacts the family members, and I know what it's like to see somebody change and see somebody's acts change as well. So I really wanted to help people like that.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful is that, like, for one, that you're helping young girls, like, that you're a role model, they look up to you, and using the basketball clinic for that. And I just want to, I want to go for a moment, just a bit of talking about like the family piece of addiction. Cause me too, same thing, like family members that are in recovery, family members that are struggling. But what can you just tell us a little bit about and what goes on in a basketball clinic for those of us who have no idea that have never been on court? Like, cause I was telling you even like before we got on, y'all, I can't make a hoop. Okay. I'm just on defense. Like my husband he played basketball. We've tried to be on the court and he's like, I can't miss. I can't do threes, can't lay up, none of it. I can't do any of this. So can you just tell us a little bit about what goes on in a basketball clinic?
Well, first you got to stretch. And we just play music, stretch, warm up. We'll do like 3-man weave. That's when you pass it and you make a layup down the court. And then you go into like drills and skills. So that's where all like there's different stations, and they're harder than the warm ups. So after that, we'll do like competitions and stuff, and then we'll play games, and that's really it. But it's gonna be a hard one.
Oh, it's gonna be hard because
Yeah.
you're the coach, right? Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get them working. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. And so, just even want to talk about for a moment, because your basketball clinic, the proceeds are gonna benefit Adult and Teen Challenge in Pennsylvania. And so I have a family member who went through the program, and so it means a lot. It means a lot to me. So even when I heard about your story, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And just want to ask you, a lot of us can relate exactly where having a loved one that's in addiction. So from your own experience, can you just talk about what that's like walking through it, especially as a teenage girl? I mean, that's a different perspective. I feel like as adults, we know what it's like, but what's it been like for you?
Well, me and her were really close, and we had got closer over the years, and just seeing the change in her acts and the change in her appearance, it hurts a lot. And you think when they're saying they're getting better, then they go back, it's like, it hurts a lot. And I feel like everything's starting to add up to me from when I was younger, and like seeing how she's changed throughout the years. It kind of makes sense now, because when I'm young, like, I don't really know what's going on. But now that I'm older and like I'm seeing what this really does to people, like, it just makes me want to help instead of like just push them away.
Yeah. And I know for I have so many friends and loved ones and just even family members, it's the same thing as like you see this person you love, but because they are addicted to the substance, and they don't mean to, the way somebody's explained it to me, it's like their heart and their desire, they hate it at the end of the day, but it's just the way that their brain chemistry is wired, that someone was explaining to me, is that it's their bodies, like the same way we get hungry, that's how they feel about the drug. And so they push everything away, and the people they love most. And it's really difficult, and it's hard, and it's painful. But I think what you're doing is you're turning your pain into purpose. Yeah. And I just commend you. I think it's so honorable what you're doing. And, I know if you had a chance to go check out the Adult and Teen Challenge location that's like located in this area, and you're also going to be going up to the in Rehearsburg to have a tour. And I think that is truly, truly incredible. And, London, I also want to ask, you're as a senior, last year of high school, what are your future plans that you plan to do, and what has God put in your heart for moving forward?
Well, for my senior year, I plan to go all the way this season, because like these past 2 years we were this close, but we always just came short. So I really want to go all the way. And then after my high school year, I'm going to RMU, so I want to go for business, and maybe do something like with basketball within a business, like maybe more camps or something. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, I think that's beautiful. Robert Morris University is a great college. It's still in this area, still be close to mom. Yeah. I know she's happy about that, but also because you're going to be on the basketball team as well. So that is truly incredible. And my heart, and just even hearing just where God is calling you and taking you, that just know it is a journey, and He's going to lead you every step of the way, and anything is possible. And just wanted to encourage you with that, and know that, you have a community that believes in you and is behind you. And I just, even just from meeting you like this first time, I see the promise, I see the light, and I see that God is going to use you in very powerful ways for your community, and just bringing purpose to people and helping them to find the greatness within, because you are discovering that greatness that's within you because of God.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you so much, London, just for taking the time to have this conversation. Anything else on your heart that you'd like to share?
Thank you for your donation.
You're welcome.
And thank you for all my volunteers that's been helping me with this camp. And thank you for all the people that signed up too.
Yeah, well, we're looking really forward to it. So thank you for all you're doing. It's just the beginning.